bring it up here. So we're going to start with this. We also want to bring the central part of the station and the elbow. I want to bring that all in the first launch. Then the second launch, the third launch, that will be the two ends of the C. And then our fourth launch will be the underside. And that's probably going to be the hardest one, I think, to connect because we have to align it perfectly. And it's kind of this unbalanced part. It's not going to want to cooperate with us. Actually, I don't even know how the curved parts will want to cooperate with us either, but we'll try it. All right, so what we're going to want to do is we want another one of these to dock that to. And then I'm thinking if we bring... Can we bring this right now? How can we bring this piece? How can we bring this piece, guys? Maybe we bring it by... I also don't want to leave a whole lot of space junk. So I'd really like to not... I really like to not waste any parts, but I might have to just do a standard decoupler for this. I'd like to not do it though. Actually, let's use the small one. Yeah, let's use the small one and then an adapter. No, we have to use a big one then an adapter. Yeah. So big one here. That locks that down. Right? Yep. Then we need the adapter piece. So structurally, this one's going to have a little bit of space junk. I would have liked to have not done that, but I think the easiest way to do it is to do that. Now, obviously, we can't launch it like this because it's not going to, cooperate with us there. But my hope was, and this is a weird hope, but my hope was if, and it's not something you would do, all right? Kids, don't try this at home. My hope was that maybe this would work, okay? I just know there's going to be so much torque on this vessel. It's quite the bendy rocket. It is. It's a very bendy rocket. I'm not sure it's the wisest decision to launch it like this, though. But having this entire thing resting on this really crappy decoupler. I see Kraken incoming. So another thing we could do. Oh, what if we did this? I don't really want to do it all in one launch, but it might actually work better to do it all in one launch. Another thing I thought of is if we also made these parts sub-assemblies, then I could launch them together like that. So we could split this into 3 parts instead of having it all be one. It's much easier, I think, to make this go straight with this. So we can have this curve one way, have this curve the other, and then this is relatively straight. It might be better to do it that way. You need a double helix design. Yeah. Yeah. Or we could see if it launches. You could just see if it works anyway. So I think I want that option just to see what it's like first. So we'll go like this. We'll go like this. We'll connect this to this. We're just going to see if it works. This is not going to fly. There's no reason for this to ever fly. But I want to try it just to see how glorious it is. I mean, what fun is this game if you don't see how glorious something can be? Oh my god. Hey, if we put rockets on the bottom of this... Hold on. Now, there's an attachment node. I think I do have to split this into 3 parts, but I just want to see how glorious it is. If it flies, you guys will just be like, you're gonna be blown away, right? It's gonna absolutely blow you away. Yes. This will be glorious. Okay. Then, right, we take this piece off and stick it here instead, right? I mean, it's not very aerodynamic, but I think you're onto something. But see, then we can make it a little bit easier. We can make it a little bit better by flipping this around, right? And putting it this way. So when it flies, it's a little bit better, right? And then we just use this as we use a cargo bay for this, right? So we can grab the what are we gonna grab here? I need a round one. This one's not round. Is there a round cargo? I mean, cargo bays, I feel like they're really easy, but they don't offer a whole lot of options in this game for them half the time. This will work. There's got to be a piece that adapts to the 2.5, right? Do you have a 2.5 adapter piece? I don't know where it is. Here, maybe? No. Where's your 2.5 adapter? What's this called? This is just Mark 3. Let me just go MK3 up here. And there should be an adapter piece. I think it's this. This is the slanted one. I want the straight one. This one. There. That would work. That works. We would, of course, have this cargo bay that's in here, but now we'll just use one of the couplers. Where is it? One of you. Just use this. Right? And then we can use this senior. This is gonna work, guys. This is gonna work. Oh, it's very, very tight, though, unfortunately. That's very tight. Well, hang on. Now we might be able to get away with... It looks like there's some extra gaps on the sides, so if we can just rotate it like this. Tell me you close without any clipping. You do. That works. I like where this is going. This is way better than what we were doing before. Let me tell you. This is way good. I mean, honestly, this should not last. This should break off while we're going through max Q, but this is Kerbal Space Program. It may not. Who cares if we have Ferrum Aerospace Research? We'll see how you like this one, Far. All right. Let's go like this. Flip it around, and then on this side, yeah, by the way, we have Far. This is gonna be nice. Put that in a cargo bay because that was the part that's not aerodynamic, right? Well, I needed to put that in the cargo bay because there's just a grabber arm here, so I have nothing to dock to continue down for the engines and stuff, so that's why this is going in there. But this side, the elbow, how big is that? I want a docking port. Where is it? Coupling. Right here. Hello. And then the elbow. Oh dear. Will you fit? Kinda clipping. Just a little bit. But I think... How much space do you have in there? Come on, zoom in. You've got a little bit of space. If I move this docking port up like this, it doesn't clip anymore. Well, it still kind of does over there. Still kind of does. It might be better to actually flip it the other way. If we rotate this... Nope. This way. And then go that way with it. That's as far as I can go, but I think that's good enough. Without clipping. Done. Cool. We can actually go probably just a little bit more, just for safety. Last thing I want to see is it just exploding as soon as I undock it. Okay, that's good. Okay, so we got the elbow in there. You know what? It's kind of clipping with the grabber arm, isn't it? It's kind of clipping with the grabber arm. But maybe there is another version of this. Shorter one. Here we go. One short one there, and then we bring this one back. Then we bring this one here, and then we bring this one here. Now it's got lots of room. I don't want to hear any whining now. Close your clipping. Let's move you back. There we go. Okay. Okay. Now the really interesting part. You know, boosting it up. That's too much. Oh, here we go. K7 rocketry. Hey, maybe we just have this one. I mean, how much thrust is on you? This already gives us 38, 33, so that's not enough. We need more. We need a lighter engine, probably. How much thrust did you have? Okay. So, I mean, I don't think I can match your 13,000 kilonewtons of thrust. But what was our thrust to weight ratio for that? 81. Oh, we're good. Never mind. That would just that engine gives us an 81 thrust to weight ratio. In case anyone's wondering what that means, it means that we're able to lift up and thrust 81 times gravity. So, needless to say, we'll be shooting out of a gun at that point. Pew! Up we go! We don't need that much power. That's what I'm trying to get to. So, how about we only have 54 seconds of burn on that, too. What engine can we use for this? What do we think? About the Titan? No. I'm worried that it's probably the Griffins. If we use Griffins for this, it gives us a 27. It's not too shabby, but the specific impulse of these engines is a little bit, it leaves a little bit to be desired. I would like to see it be a little bit better than that. So what we could do instead is maybe, just maybe, oh, you know what? We're probably not able to access this fuel because I don't think this allows pass-through. So what I want to do, I think, is... Oh, we'll also want to... Oh, you know what? I got it. I know how we're going to do this. Let's grab coupling. Can I have the big hydraulic ones? Where's my big... There, this one. Big hydraulic ones, please. Can I... Okay, I guess I'm going to have to do this differently than I expected. There. And then I need to slide you down. Like that. That good? Good enough, but when you decouple, I worry you're going to hit the top part. So let's have you bring you down just a tad bit more. What we'll do is we'll draw all the fuel. I'm gonna run a fuel line down the back here, I think. Where's my fuel lines? Utilities? Is that where they are? Or is it in the fuel tanks area? It would actually make sense to me to have it in any of these. It's in fuel tanks, okay. We'll just bring one single fuel line down the side here. Or we won't. I guess we won't. Because it won't let me bring it far enough, or what? Maybe we do it on the inside. Maybe we do it on the inside. Why not? Open it up. See if it lets me do it. We just hook this from here. Let's say... there. All the way down to here. Does that work? Or is it just not going to let me go far enough? I don't think it will. Can't freaking see. Yeah, I don't think it's going to let me... You know what? Get out of my way. Get out of my way. You. Get out of my way. All right. I don't see this reaching all the way down to this tank. It's not quite letting me do it. I think this is the maximum I can go. Which is unfortunate, because I need to go a little bit further. Cool. And then we want cross-feed. I think so. Because we want to use up these tanks as fast as possible. So we'll just enable the cross-feed on both of these decouplers. Yep, good. So then all of the fuel that we're using in the beginning, it's all going to be the orange tanks. These tanks are going to stay empty. And then once we're in space, maybe we have this engine be... You know what? We have enough thrust to weight ratio here. I think this engine... We should structure this one to be more catered to space. We don't need... I think this middle one's going to be different. Because the middle one, I think, is going to do most of the work. Well, it's going to do most of the work once we're in space. So maybe instead, we take and use the bollard here for this. This has... a 325 ISP in the vacuum. 925 thrust too. Whoa, maybe we use this completely. Wait, what's your specific impulse in atmosphere? 272. How the mainsails are better to use. What's this one? The Vesta? We have 280 ASL here. 340 in a vacuum. I think these are still the best engines. The mainsail's vacuum sucks. The 285 is better than 280. Yeah. 600 kilonewtons of thrust versus 925. Okay. Let's use the mainsail for the first stage. Where the hell did it go? There it is. We're using the mainsails for the first stage. Because they have a better specific impulse. But this one here is gonna... This is 340. No, the KW rocketry one was 340. Is there a better one? Yes, but this takes lithium, which we don't have, so this is not balanced. These modules do not weigh the same. We need to add more weight to this side. Just some fluff weight to this side that I can get rid of later. So why don't we stick... what's the difference here? 68 and 5. So about 1,800 kilonewton. Or, yeah, about 1,800 kilograms. Yeah. Okay. So almost a ton. No, more than a ton. Almost 2 tons. More weight on this side than on this side. So we need something that weighs... You know, 1.8 tons. Hi, cupola module. You weigh 1.8 tons. Can I just stick you on the end of this? Like, I don't care. I actually can. And you know what? That works. There's barely any torque on this vessel at all now. Like, we were 1.8 different. That cupola module is 1.8. We have 2 kilonewtons of torque now. We're fine. Okay, moving on. We did add some weight though, so our thrust to weight went down. I just want to know if there's any engines that are better than the mainsail. Something with more thrust, which like the Mammoth definitely does. You know, this is better than the mainsail. The Mammoths are. They're just big. So we could put like an adapter on these mammoths. Because the mammoth is like, this is a better engine. ISP is better, and there's way more thrust on it. So I feel like if we can just add a bit of fuel in an adapter here, we could just, you know, put that on there. Fuel tanks. I need this tank adapter. Like that. Yep. Okay, now we have a 2.62. That's much better. Delta V is kind of lacking. What's going on with that? Oh, it's because these tanks are disabled, right? No? Oh, wait. I thought I disabled these tanks. If I disable these tanks, the readouts will be weird, but why isn't it showing me the delta V of this stage? Why is it showing me nothing for this stage? Do you take different kinds of fuel and I don't know that, or what? Let's save this really quick. Do you take different kinds of fuel? This launch vehicle, by the way, we can repeat this for the other two modules. They'll just go at the top. We'll put one of these in the center and we'll just put the other two on there and we'll go. This is a repeatable thing. So I'm spending a lot of time on this launch vehicle, but we can just use the same thing later. Well, we have this fuel. We have this. Goodbye. There we go. Take away the fuel. Take away that fuel line, and then I get the readouts. Okay, good. So basically, what I'm seeing right now is we are just short of orbit. We're a little bit short of orbit, but we've got a lot of thrust to weight. So we have more fuel we could add and still get off the ground pretty well. Or we could embrace the best of Kerbal Space Program and add more boosters. And add any boosters. Right now we're all on liquid fuel anyway. We could add some boosters. I just want to see how close we get, though. Maybe this thing doesn't even fly. Who knows? I think it will, though. I'm pretty sure it will. But I want to see how close we get to orbit with it. So we're just gonna test it, just because. We launch this. We decouple this. Actually, let's go ahead and boost this engine first. Turn that engine on first, and then we'll decouple it. And then, again, it probably doesn't fly to space, but I think it's getting close. We just don't have the delta V to make orbit. I know I don't. I can see the numbers. There's not enough to make orbit. I don't know why we would try it knowing that we can't get to orbit. We should fix it. If we did add solid rocket boosters, if we added some solids, just stick a bunch of boosters on it and call it good. I think this is our plan. We're just gonna stick a whole bunch of boosters on this. We go with this one here. All right. And then we put that at the first stage. Nope. We put these on the same stage as this. Yep. So we're left with boosters firing at the same time of our engines. Then we decouple these when they're done. Then we decouple these. No, then we turn this engine on. Then we decouple these when they're done. And we're left with something that gets close to orbit, but doesn't actually get to orbit. It doesn't actually get there. But you know what? Let's just try it for science, because why not? I just want to see it fly. For all I know, I can't even control it, because, you know, Ferrum Aerospace Research won't let me with that wicked top design. I didn't even check the center of mass. I don't even know where the center is, so good luck to you, Jebediah. Be well, sir. I'm not even entirely sure why you're on this rocket. Where are you at? Like, where are you on this thing? There's no command pod. Oh, there is. There's a couple right here. He's on there. Okay. Well, Jeb, you got kind of a weird way of sitting in there, but this is where you are. That's a weird place to be captaining this vessel, but good luck to you, sir. Godspeed. Are we going thrust to maximum here? We don't need it, but we might as well. Off we go. Go, go, go. Oh, boy. Yeah, FAR does not like me. Oh, FAR does not like me, guys. FAR does not like this. Okay, we need to slow down just a little bit. Let's just kill our engines down just a tad as we're pushing through max Q. Oh, boy. We want to control from here, though. Thank you. Okay, that's way better. Not really. Not really. My nav ball is a little weird. Get rid of that. Okay, max thrust. We may do this. We may do this. Push it. This is gonna happen. This thing's gonna go. I don't know if we're getting to orbit, actually. We will see. Yeah. It's hot, but we're also very high. Don't break. Air, thermal. Danger, thermal, danger. Let's go. All the way to the side, please. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Let's kill this. We don't need to go any higher. We definitely don't need to go any higher. We're at almost 193 is our current apoapsis. Here we go. You guys can see the numbers maybe. I don't know. Current apoapsis is 193 kilometers. So we're really high, but we're really far away from orbit right now. But we still have a little bit of fuel left in these tanks, so we might as well, right? And all of this is going to turn into space junk. No, it's not. It's going to be deorbited. All this stuff gets deorbited, and we're left with just this. This will get space junked, but... Hey, it kind of worked, you know? This is backwards, so I'm actually hitting A to tilt towards orbit, just because of how this is oriented. If I was to change it to control from somewhere else, can I control from here? That's also bad. I think we'll just stick to being in reverse. It's fine. You're not out of the atmosphere. No, I know. I am way out of the atmosphere right now. Way out of it. Now it's just about getting to orbit, which I don't actually know what kind of time I have to burn for this engine. So, you know, maybe we just burn now. Because it might take me a bit to get to orbit with this. So, we should probably burn now. Also, I'm pretty sure Jebediah is going to run out of power. And then he'll die. Because we have survival mods on. I don't know why I still do, but I do. So, he'll probably die. He wasn't supposed to be in the craft, all right? To be fair, he wasn't supposed to be here. Wrong place, wrong time, buddy. Okay, let's go. Let's push this. We got a long ways to go before we're in orbit. We're getting good pace on it, though. Okay, get these away from us. They're too close! They're too close to the top piece. You know, I figured maybe they wasn't too close, but it definitely is. Okay, we need to move those boosters down a bit. That was gonna work. I actually think that was gonna work. You know, if these things didn't hit that, it would have worked. So, let's try again. Shall we? First thing I want to do, though, from inside the... I mean, it clearly displays for me that there's not enough delta V to reach orbit unless my trajectory is really good. So, we're just going to have to hope that it's a really good piloting skills. But I need to get centered anyway, so I don't have enough delta V to even correct it later. So, I mean, I still need to do that. We need to be able to circularize our orbit anyway. Around the perimeter, around the apogee that we want. Maybe these instead, because I still don't have enough fuel to circularize. Right? This is just to achieve orbit. 4K is like just to achieve orbit. So if I put, like, it's just so, it's so stupid. It's just so dumb. Who does this? Who thinks this is a good way to engineer a rocket? Nobody does this. Nobody in the real world would ever say that this thing can fly. But you know, those guys would be naysayers and they would be wrong. Because it does. It flies. Now we've got enough. Okay, we've got plenty of fuel now. We've got plenty of fuel now, guys. And it's still kind of aerodynamic. It still works. Okay, so this and this fires. Then we decouple that. Then this fires after that. We keep decouple this. And then all that other stuff happens. Okay, save. These are low enough now to where they won't hit, hopefully. Maybe we lower them just a little bit more. Just a hair more. You know, to make sure. Like that. Okay. Save it. Try again. Make sure Jeb's not in it. Okay, good. Thanks. Bye, Jeb. And we launch. Yeah. Are we ready to go? Let's go ahead and control from here. Ah, perfect. Now we're aligned properly. 3, 2, 1, go. Off we go. We are... whoops. Nope. We're still not aligned properly. Oh, dear Lord. What is going on? Are you... What? Oh, they're not symmetrical. Those radial tanks are not symmetrical. It's pushing me around. Okay. Well, that's okay, because I'm an okay pilot. I think as long as you're an okay pilot, you can do this. Okay pilot being the key word. Jeb? Jeb, can you... Jeb, no, Jeb, I need you, Jeb. Jeb, come back, Jeb. God, that's pushing me around a lot. Oh my God. It's pushing me around so much. Oh, there we go. Now we drop the weight. Come on, pick it back up. Those radial tanks are not symmetrical. And FAR is punishing me for it hard. Oh boy. Nope. Come on, you son of a bitch. Get over here. Yep, we're out of control. It's okay. We're losing a lot of, oh boy. Oh boy. Ooh! You know what? For the fact that it's not symmetrical and it's being pushed around, I'm actually doing okay at keeping it on the line. But we are losing a lot of delta V by doing this. Oh, for sure. Hey, I think I got it. We're up thin. It's very thin atmosphere now. I think we're under control, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're able to keep it on the prograde vector. And we are good to go. Yes, we've done it. Now we just have to keep it from thermals from burning up. We can maybe dial it down just a tad. Ooh, it's getting hot. Dial it down just a little bit. There we go. And we're looking at our Apo. Apo's looking okay. Okay, we're going to want to bring this down just a tad. Here we go. I think we're out of the danger for burning up. Apogee. Let's go ahead and stop there. We're going to be at 133. Whew, we saved it. These tanks are not symmetrical, and FAR was really upset about that. It did not like it at all. All right, so we're going into space. And I have no idea how long I have to burn to get the thing in orbit, but all of this gets this, and my grabber, and that little elbow piece, and it gets it up here, and that's going to be glorious. And Jeb is not here anymore. I was hoping for a flat spin. It was very close. It was very close. Right, let's get ourselves lined up if we can with the horizon. And I'm not entirely sure when I need to burn for this stage, right? So all I know is that I want to do it pretty close to, I want to have the average burn, right? I want it to be pretty close to the apogee. So if we're making the maneuver, right? We need to know how much it's going to take me to get there. And then I also don't know necessarily. Let's bring it out to be circularized if we can. It's actually not bad. Around 135 is where we're going to end up being. Inclination is 1.9, so we may want to correct that, or we can just have this. We can just have the station be, you know, around 1.9 inclination. It's not that big of a deal. But if this is the burn, it's estimating 509, and I have 634. So that's good. Okay. No, I have 858. Wait, we're gonna get it without... No. Really? I think we're gonna get it without having to eject this, which is actually not what I want. I don't want the space junk around my circularization, so I think right before we reach it, right before we get out of the atmosphere, I'm gonna have to decouple these so that they, you know, so that they deorbit, and then we'll burn the rest of the way with the other engine. That's gonna have to be the way we do it. And let's dial it down a little bit. And I want to deorbit these tanks, so I'm going to have to kill this. And I want to... Yeah, here we go. Almost. Wait for it. And I'm going to go ahead and deorbit these now. So let's actually switch these stages. And we'll deorbit this now. 3, 2, 1. Make sure these are full. Looks good. Go. Okay. So those are deorbited now. And we can burn the rest of the way with the next stage. And we'll go ahead and circularize it here. And we're looking at... We're not circularized yet. Let's go ahead and stop it. It's not going to circularize us now. We're past our point to do that. But if we delete the maneuver, we are in a fairly circular orbit. So it worked. It works! So now we just want to, you know, circularize it. And I feel like it's a little high, but maybe 150 is where we want to be. So we'll do it just under 130. I think that's probably better. Bring it down to just under 130. And it'll be about there. Good enough. This will be close enough for this. So it's only 17 meters per second. We have plenty of fuel, honestly, to like correct the inclination and everything. That was more than enough fuel. I don't know what Kerbal Engineer was talking about. Like, we're good. Like, we got lots of fuel. We could technically put this in min-miss right now. We could bring it to min-miss. It's not out of the question that we bring it to min-miss right now. The moon, also a possibility, but it takes more fuel to get captured. We could technically do it around the moon as well. It's not out of the question. If we wanted to go to the moon, we could, we could get there. It's just gonna be a lot of fuel. Right? Hello. Please come back. Wowzers. I want you to go up. You're not going to, though. You're going to be fussy with me. Fine. We could technically get it to the moon, and then I'd have to correct the inclination later, but this is going to be like 840 meters per second. And I have 1,200 right now. Should we put it around the moon? It's just going to take us a little extra time because we have to travel there and stuff and do that extra burn, but we could. It's not out of the question to bring it to the moon. We could. I think we do it. You know, you guys have convinced me. I think you've convinced me to go to the moon instead. All right, you know what? Chrono Station is going to be a lunar station. I guess it would be a mooner station since it's the moon, not the moon. Question is, what in the hell is going on with... It's actually less than this, because if I time this burn right, I can get this even closer for less. No, not for less, not necessarily. But I can get her there. Yep. We can bring her right in. We can bring her right in, guys. Let's do it above the moon. It's just going to take us extra time, man. Do I have the time for that? Screw it, we're doing it. You're going to have to convince my wife that it was worth it, you guys. Because, like, I'm not supposed to be streaming until 9, okay? But this'll work. This is our burn. 8:17 is what it says. 8:17, guys. Do we even have the power for this? We don't have any. What are we doing? I don't have my solar panels. But, can we open all bays for a second? Can we? That's what I didn't install. Oh no, that's what I didn't install. I didn't install the solar panels on my, I knew I forgot something on this thing. I didn't install the solar panels on this. How much to capture? That's a great question. I'm pretty sure it's not more than we have left, but it actually might be. My idea here is that we're probably not going to be able to circularize it around the equator, but it's probably enough. It's not less than we have. So I have 1245. Takes a little over 800 to get there, and then the full capture around this is going to cost me just over 250. So when we're done with this capture, we should have about 150 to 200 left over, somewhere around there, which is not enough to get it equatorial, but I mean, if I wanted to get it equatorial later, it would be very expensive because it's the moon. Like, if I wanted to do that later, it would be like, well, it wouldn't be that bad. We might have enough to get some progress on that, actually. I mean, we might have enough to even get close to equatorial. Very close. We'll see. Depends on how the burns go. So let's just see. Tell you what. Let's just see, okay? I don't even know if we have enough power, right? Because it takes power to get there. And electric charge, I mean, it looks good okay right now. We have 34,000. Because I guess this thing holds a lot of freaking power. 4,000 there. That's 8,000. Where's the rest of the battery power coming from? Is there batteries here? Where's all the batteries coming from? Oh, you know what? There's internal power battery storage inside these two modules too. But not that much. Oh, yes, that much. The Tundra Power Distribution Unit has 24,000. Wow, that's why we have battery right there. It's this unit right here. Okay, cool. Well, okay. I still think I should have put solar panels on this, but for the sake of this stream, it may not matter, because as long as we get the station parts there and we hook them up and we get the solar panels extended, then we're good to go from there, because then every time this thing docks to the station, it'll just recharge its batteries. So that's a bit excessive, yeah, but you know what? For a craft that doesn't have any solar panels on it at all, it's good that we have it, right? Because I forgot to install those on the delivery craft. Okay then, well, that's what we're gonna do. I guess we're going to the moon, everyone. Are we ready for this? Are you ready to go to the moon?